A 6-year-old hockey fan who made headlines earlier this year when his family discovered he's on the government's so-called no-fly list got yet another unpleasant surprise at Pearson. Little Adam was once again delayed from boarding a flight. Shannon Martin is covering this for us tonight. Shannon, didn't the government promise to look into this when you covered this case back in January?
Yeah, they did, and so the family was hoping they could fly stress-free, but that's not the case. So here's what happened this time. The Ahmeds tried checking in for their Air Canada flight to Edmonton online last night. The website blocked them from doing so. To them, that was a red flag. When they got to the Air Canada counter this morning, the family was very transparent, saying, hey, we believe Adam's on the no-fly list. The agent verified Adam's age by getting a good look at him, seeing he's just 6 years old. Previously, agents would have to make a secondary security call. They did not do that this time. In January, as you mentioned, Public Safety Minister Ralph Goodale told all airlines you don't need to do secondary screening for minors. Adam's family, though, feels he's still being marginalized.
He still is not afforded the same right to check in online as any other 6-year-old child in this country is afforded. So he's still being marginalized in that respect. The problem still stands. He's still on the list, and these other children are still on the list.
So since we first covered the story in January, the Ahmeds have become advocates for other families. They've been in touch with more than 24 other kids who are false positives on the so-called no-fly list. They're frustrated, Dwight, that the government isn't moving more quickly on this one.
That from the government. What did Air Canada have to say?
Well, Air Canada says it's got a remedy, and it's saying Adam's family and others can use their Aeroplan number because it's a unique identifier. Adam's family says they've done that in the past, and it hasn't worked. Minister Goodale also weighing in again today, saying the federal government is working on policies to differentiate people with the same names on the no-fly list. And he did thank Adam's family for continuing to advocate for this issue. The concern, though, is Adam is 6. There's other kids with the same name, and they're a lot closer to 18. And what happens when these kids become adults?
Yeah, not fair to these children. All right, thank you, Shannon.
You're welcome.